Hey you hooligans, welcome back. This is another Dooms play. We're going to do another raid today. I'm not going to do it the same way we did the last video. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Just want to give you a quick peek at the top of my roster here. We're going to be using a lot of these cards in our attacks. So let's just jump into the raid. Someone already got it going for us. A few people have already attacked, but there is still plenty of damage left to be done. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to start with Scarecrow today, I think. Gave me a little bit of trouble. Left a bad taste in my mouth from the last raid. So I think we're going to start off by using the pip here, and we're going to use the same team. I did focus a little bit on improving Powered Supergirl's attack a little bit since the last time we did a video. So I'm really hoping to see some of those results in the damage numbers we're going to be putting up. So let's just jump right into this fight, and hopefully the tagging in and out isn't going to be too unforgiving with us. That's really the most disruptive part about going in against Horrific Scarecrow. But maybe we'll have some good luck this time. So first on the lineup is Energized Starfire. She's got some pretty good attacks. I usually like to start off with her, and then I do really enjoy using that extended jump attack. So Superman's got a pretty comparable attack stat as well, but he's really on the team mostly here as a tank, as described last time. So I mean, he's going to be good to have, and I would like him to soak up a lot of the damage, just because then by the time we do get to using Energized Starfire Super, you know, he can gain some of that back. So we're just going to go ahead and pop off a super right here with Superman. Alright, take him back down to Earth, and so now Superman's got the super boost, so we're going to have a little bit of a damage buff on him. I believe that's 35% damage since he's at 6 stars, so the more he's in, the better now. But again, one thing I really kind of wanted to focus on a little bit was seeing what kind of numbers we could put up with Powered Supergirl, just because, like I said, I was trying to sharpen her up a little bit, make her attack a little bit better. I was a little dissatisfied with how this team performed last time we tried Scarecrow, so I was eager to get it going again. So I think if I were to continue to try to do Scarecrow with a Energized Starfire team, if Powered Supergirl doesn't prove to be too lucrative, then I think it might be wise for me to kick in a Horrific Scarecrow on my own team, prevent him from popping off his abilities a little bit so frequently, and also, you know, Starfire is going to gain a lot more life if we have the ability cost increase, just because for those extra 2 or 3, however many bars of power that he has to spend, you know, Energized Starfire is going to be gaining 5% life per bar used. So the combination in having Energized Starfire and a Horrific Scarecrow on the same team gets to be pretty lucrative, just because it's really hard to take down Energized Starfire with anything other than basic attacks. The other thing that I've been kind of focused on lately is when I'm rolling her stats, if I, you know, happen to get lucky enough to hit an epic blocking increase, then every time an opponent's, you know, popping off an ability, and if I manage to block, then she's really not taking any damage, or a lot less damage, but she's gaining a ton of health from any of the ability uses. So I actually think that's a pretty lucrative build, you know, just having those two tunes together, with maybe a third teammate being a tank, something like Armored Superman or something with a big health stat, just because then with Energized Starfire's ability, you know, I can kind of keep around another tank. Certainly keep Energized Starfire around. She just makes her a lot less killable. So I think that might be a pretty lucrative build that we're going to have to try next time, especially if Powered Supergirl doesn't, you know, really impress us in this match. She's somewhat on the chop block for continued raids, at least against this opponent. So I'm looking forward to giving it another try, and we'll try it again next week. But now that we've used her super as well, and the other 2 remaining team members' supers, they all have the damage boost, they all have the super boost, so I think all 3 of these cards are 6 stars, so that's 35% extra damage. And with the last second of time coming up, that is the first pip against Horrific Scarecrow. So let's check out the damage. It looks like 285,000 That's really not anything to write home about. I'm thinking I'm going to have to swap out Powered Supergirl for next time, and I think we're going to have to give a try to Horrific Scarecrow. Even though his stats don't look nearly as good as Powered Supergirl 1-to-1, I think the combination of having him with Energized Starfire, especially because she's so good against Scarecrow, is going to be a good option for us. So we're going to go back to Grodd. We're going to do that same kind of thing we did last time, where we're going to do a Batman tag team and just kind of go back and forth between both Arkham Knight and Nightmare, and then good old Power Girl to soak up a super and then give us those ability cost discounts. So maybe we can get lucky again. I was able to upgrade Nightmare Batman's ability 3 a few more. Arkham Knight Batman's is maxed, so we might see a little bit more damage coming out of Nightmare. But again, we're just going to do this nice little tag team, try to get a combo up, and then certainly use our super abilities for both Batman as soon as we can really get them charged up. So we're going to tag back and forth. Oh no, I disrupted my own combo there, got a little greedy. But that's okay. There's a super for Nightmare. Let's see if we can get that combo a little bit higher before we use it. All right, that's just going to have to do. So we'll do Arkham Knights first. Shoots Grodd up into the sky, shoots him down. All right, so now we got a super boost on Arkham Knight. Now we need that super boost on Nightmare, so we're just going to try to build that combo back up, see if we can get lucky again with another high combo. Again, like I would totally prefer for Grodd to be using his abilities against Arkham Knight because his defense stats a little bit higher. He's a little bit more survivable, but there we go, up in the 40s, 45. Not bad at all for Nightmare Batman. So it's looking like damage is going to be pretty comparable to last week's raid on this one, at least for this pip. Just going to try to keep an eye on Grodd's power level, so we can sacrifice the Power Girl again to his super, and then maintain our 2 Batmen to, have that tagging in and out ability. I'm really enjoying Nightmare Batman. I kind of wish we'd see those Dawn of Justice chests a little bit more frequently in the store, or at least him in the arena. A lot of people really dig him. Like I said last time, I certainly always avoid fighting him when we're in the, when he's on the opponent's team in an arena, and it's just because, that damage reflect is so difficult to deal with, especially when you're really relying on basic attack damage. So now the abilities I'm going to be looking to use are the third abilities for both Batman. We're just going to tag back and forth, try to get our combo up still. 15 is probably pretty good, 15, 16. So I'm going to be content with that kind of a level. And then, again, trying to soak up the abilities with Nightmare just with a block, with Arkham Knight with the block just because he's got the higher defense stat here. But yeah, this one's really kind of going the same as last time. We might have to switch it up a little bit next time, just keep things interesting and, do a little bit more testing. But, I really think that this is a tried and true method for Grodd, at least for the meantime. So lots of crit red damage numbers coming up, lethal with the Nightmare Batman. So there's a lot of damage buffs on both of these cards. But really, the most important thing is just to try to get the most out of all the time that we have against Grodd. I don't think he's going to be able to take out either of these Batmen. But we're just going to have to stay on our game. It's unfortunate that he was able to block those, but with all the lethal hits, it doesn't matter. So, all right. So if you guys have any recommendations, or if you have any tips for me, I'm totally interested to know what I could do to make this game a little bit, make my game a little bit better. And that was totally a reason behind wanting to, upload some videos on YouTube, just so I could share with you guys. You guys could maybe give me tips. Maybe you learn a little something. That would be best case scenario, of course. But with 1 second left, time's up. We're going to compare damage here. Looking at 537. All right, that's actually slightly higher than last time. So it's a little bit higher than last week's. Didn't really play any better or worse. It was about the same kind of game. I didn't get Arkham Knight's combo up so high, but I'm satisfied. We're gonna do some Captain Cold. We haven't fought Captain Cold yet on this channel, so I'm gonna do my basic attack Justice League team against him, and maybe we'll just kind of give a little preference to the Flash over here, since he's gonna have the advantage as a meta class. The other thing I wanted to mention about Captain Cold is his his sphere ability, where he shoots that circle that drains your power. That's not going to be too critical against us, even though I am interested in getting a super out for all three of these cards. I don't use a ton of abilities, and to be honest, the abilities don't do, relatively as much damage as the basic. Oh wow, just whiffing air with with flash there. Anyway. The abilities aren't so critical with this team just because the basic attacks do so much damage, especially with the fast attack buffs from Flash. One thing that I was kind of exploring and discovering in this match was Captain Cold's ability uses are kind of avoidable if you have a tag ready to go. So both the one where he slides the ice pillar at you when he slides it on the ground, and the power drain orb, you can kind of get around those. And then of course his ranged attacks by well timing your tags in and out. So that's kind of one thing I wanted to explore a little bit. Again, I'm not super concerned with the power drain. It is definitely annoying, and it's always sad to waste some kind of a resource in this game. And part of being successful in this game is using all of your resources appropriately. But really, the advantage that I have here with the Justice League team is certainly basic attacks, so I'm a little less concerned with the ability uses. And then all of these guys are pretty durable. I think Captain Cold might be able to pop a Flash. He's certainly the weakest of the three cards. But now that I've got his super out of the way, if he does end up knocking Flash out, then I can always bring Aquaman's super in to bring him back, at least for a little while. So Aquaman's super is pretty useful, and even beyond just like the context of a Justice League team, just because it'll revive anyone.
I didn't see it before. Your mom know you're out past your bedtime?
Oh man. So Captain Cold's got Flash's number in this one. Let's just, we're probably going to have to revive him with Aquaman in a moment here. Now that we got that powers all loaded up, I just wanted to get a free ability 3 in there with Cyborg, and we'll just kind of take that same strategy where we're going to tag back and forth quite a bit, just to, either avoid damage or build up our combo a little bit. This will bring Flash back, at least momentarily, and that's the third super for the round, so that's all three of these guys. They all have a bit of a super boost. They're all only 4 stars for me, so it's not 35%. I think it's just, I think it's maybe 20%. But with 45 seconds left, we're just going to try to squeeze in as much damage as we can. I'll use an ability for each of them just because we have that unblockable from Flash's passive. And there we go. There's where we're going to start kind of fooling with our tags in and out. The AI has been kind of silly lately as far as backing itself into the wall. An old strategy was to back your AI to the wall yourself and just kind of corner him and then do as much damage as you could. But now when the AI does that on its own, you kind of just roll with it. So 7 seconds left to go here. Captain Cold's looking pretty rough. We might be able to, couldn't quite squeeze it out. So, all right, we're looking at what kind of damage here against Cold. 728, so that is also more than I did against Grodd with the Justice League team. Didn't really have a chance to upgrade any of their stats, but compared to last time against Grodd, where we did 715, that's not insignificant. So it's probably just the fact that we had a little bit of a hiccup in the last battle against Grodd with the JL team. But, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Again, we did about, I think it's 1.5 million damage total. We'll just click on this leaderboard to get some certain here. 1551, 560. That's how it goes today. So please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, enjoy and take care.